Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be repairing the legs of this very old cabinet. It's an heirloom in my client's family. It was in an earthquake, and I'm going to be reattaching the legs with dowels only, no screws. I'm jumping in real quick, and here I have the legs rebuilt with my favorite wood filler. You can make a mold with the legs that are intact and then attach that mold to the legs that are broken. I did discuss the options with my client, and he thought that because the leg is intact from the outside that it wouldn't be showing anyway, so he thought this was just fine doing it this way. And I am putting some stain prep on, and I'm going to be using a stain that I tried to color match the best I could to the stain that's on there already. If you have a project that's going to be painted, then this is going to be way easier because you can put a mold on, which often you'd be using Bondo for that, and sometimes Bondo's blue, and so that would be trickier, stain matching with blue underneath. So if you do have a project that's painted, that will be much better, easier to do a mold with Bondo and not worry about stain matching. You just paint right over it and nobody will even know that there's a new mold under there. For the top coat over the stain, I used a spray shellac. I'm going to do the same thing again with the next leg, but there's a lot less repair to do. And there it is with the stain on. What I'm doing now is I'm getting finishing nails, because since this isn't just a circular leg where you can easily measure in the middle and make your mark for your dowel, this has to be perfectly aligned with the base of the cabinet. So I put the little finishing nails in, snap off the tops, and then I need to tap it on to the bottom of the cabinet to make the marks of exactly where I need to put the dowels. And here are the little dots you'll see of where the marks are. And then I'm going to get my dowels. I cut them in half, and what you need to do is tape off a little flag on your drill bit of how far in you are going to go, so you don't go past that. So once you get to the flag, then you stop. And I'm making little pilot holes right here so that it will be easier when I use my large drill bit, because it's a 3/8 drill bit. It's quite a big hole to perfectly fit the dowels in. For this project, the reason why I don't use screws is that those are weak points now where they were broken off, and so I don't want to put screws through where there's filler or where there has been a mended part, and so I needed to use the viable wood area on the corners to put the dowels in. So now I'm going back to the leg, and I'm pulling out my little nails, and I'm going to do the same thing with the first drill bit to make a pilot hole, and then the larger drill bit after that. And I had to be really careful with the larger drill bit. I definitely have to say that. I could see from the outside the fibers of the wood. They looked a little bit like I would need to be careful to make sure nothing else cracked. And so when I'm going in with a 3/8 drill bit, I would go in a little bit, and sometimes it would hang up on a little bit of the wood, which you don't want to crack the wood. So then I'd come back out and try to drill a little bit deeper, and then just be really patient with it, because you don't want all the work you did to get wasted cracking the leg, and then you're in a real position, because as you see here, I only put the dowels in the actual wood part, not the filler part. And here I've put the dowels in, and I'm so glad that they line up. They line up perfectly, and it sits really great in there. And then I'm going to move on to the next leg in a second. So again, I'm pulling out the nails. I've already done the bottom of the cabinet there, drilling the holes to size, And then I'm going to fit in the dowels, which I've cut in half with an oscillator. You can use whatever you want, but it is a small little dowel, so I just clamped one part of the dowel and then used my oscillator to saw it in half because they're way too long for this project. And if they're being a little fussy and not working with your mallet or your hammer, the pliers do just fine. The cabinet was glass on the front, glass doors, glass on the sides, and it also had this back trim piece on the top of the cabinet, which is a really typical decorative piece that they have on really old furniture. And so instead of sitting it on its top because it was glass and then there was the trim, it stayed on this cushion the whole time with the glass underneath because I have kids and that could be really bad. And again, it lined up great, so relieved. Here's a little reminder of the before again. And here's our new legs. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.